Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass.
They're gonna be sorry they were ever born.
Who?
All of them.
Yeah, W, look, beat 'em up just like it's WWW. Promise you right when I trouble you. Yeah, look, you cannot see what's in front of you. You cannot see what's in front of you. Yeah, promise that you get the running to if you knew what's about to come to you. It's about to get real dangerous. It's about to get real dangerous. It's about to get real dangerous. It's about to get real dangerous.
Today's episode is powered by Dre's Daiquiri Shop at Cotton Gin, where Texas flavor meets game day energy. Cool off with our legendary Texas-style daiquiris and load up on the best football food in town. From crispy, mouth-watering wings to your favorite game day bites, Dre's is your ultimate pregame, halftime, and victory spot. Don't just watch the game. Taste the win at Dre's Daiquiri Shop at Cotton Gin.
Welcome to the show, the One Ass Cheek and 3 Toes. I am your host, Nate the Great, and I got my fellas here, Mr. B.A. and Mr. Jay Weezy. Fellas, how you doing?
Good. Good, man.
Doing good. Yeah. So, I was at the game on Sunday. Was not what I expected. We're about to discuss it. All I'm going to say is that I'm glad we got the win because it would have been a pretty pissed off flight coming all the way back to Texas, which, by the way, took me 9 hours and a lot of delays. So I'm a little tired, a little jet lag, but you know what? I'm here. Let's go. Let's talk about it. The Lions win 34-27. Initial thoughts. Go. Whoever wants.
W's a W.
Yep.
Initial thoughts. I was confused. It was confusion. Lots of confusion. That's a perfect word.
What was your confusion?
I didn't know how they let Jameis Winston get over 500 yards of total offense and how our defense, which was supposed to be the strength of our team, played so poorly. I don't know if that was due to the preparation or what. That's why I say it was confusion.
Yeah. This was definitely the worst performance the defense has played all year. No doubt. Even the games we've lost before, I think this game nothing went right. I mean, just for the jump, the Giants got us on a trick play, which by the way is very hard to defend because you don't know what's coming. So a lot of times it's going to be a touchdown.
The whole point of the trick play.
Exactly. and if you look at it from a whole, 2 of their touchdowns came off trick plays. So outside of that, they really didn't do very much on offense. But I understand what you're saying. Jameis Winston did look like a MVP out there. B, what do you think?
What was that dude's name? I can't even think of his name right now. What was it? Robinson?
Waddell.
That dude went.
That guy, he's always been good for the.
He's got talent, man. He's been below Neighbors. He hasn't got the targets.
Dude, he's like wide receiver too on a.
It's a couple receivers
probably would have been third behind Slayton.
That are respectable, but I never expected them to be as effective as they were against that Lions team. He was really the main threat if you look at it. Isaiah Hodgins and Darius Slayton, they really didn't pose much of a threat. It was that guy, Wan'Dale Robinson. That was his name.
He was a high draft pick of the Giants. He just fell behind the depth chart behind Slayton and Neighbors. So now that those dudes are gone, he's featuring more of his talent.
Not gonna lie, it turned from confusion to being pissed because I really thought that this was a gimme game for the Lions. I mean, we all thought this was a gimme game. I didn't think that they would have struggled as much as they did, and it just.
I mean, the Giants.
Just sucked.
Let's put in perspective too. The Giants have played well against Denver on the road. Should have won that game. They played the Whackers all the way to the end until that Jameis threw that pick. They played the Bears. Should have won against the Bears, but Jackson Dart got concussed. So this Giants team is not 2-9. This team has some fight in them, and their defense is pretty good. Even though they fired their defensive coordinator after this game, I think it was more because they blew the losses.
That dude went brain dead.
They've been in games. They've played some good teams. So this is not your average 2-9 team.
I'm a firm believer that you are what you say, what your record indicates you are, especially in that part. Like if you're a bad team that way, you're bad, and they know that.
You find ways to lose, which they did.
They don't have Malik Neighbors. They don't have Cam Scatterboot. They don't have Jackson Dart. They don't have a couple people. Now, if they had played, it'd have been a little bit more acceptable to say, hey, you know what? That's going to be a young up-and-coming team that contends. But this team right here, a lot of them won't even play next week. You know, a lot of them won't even be on the fucking team. They're playing for a spot. And they know they're bad. They're competing for the number one pick. I mean, it's three teams.
Wandale will be on the team next year. I guarantee you that.
Oh, yeah. Wandale, absolutely. But that running
Theo
back,
Johnson will too. Go ahead.
That running back,
Tracy.
You know, Jameis Winston. I mean, I don't think they're going to keep Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, and Jackson Dart on that team.
Well, they're definitely not going to keep Russell Wilson.
They'll keep Jameis Winston. He's a good backup.
Yeah, he's a good backup. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just
what's up?
It's just I think it is the reason why they got bombed on like they did by the Giants is because they had no pass rush.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing. If you can't rush cause confusion on the pass. And in a couple of the plays where they did actually get to him, they whiffed on the tackle. It's like, dude, you're on top of him. How you? There was 3 Lions on one time when they got Winston. He was doing drop back to pass, and he managed to.
Freaking Derek Barnes missed Winston right. Derek Barnes missed Winston right on that trick play. That's no excuse for that.
I'm not even mad at that part
of Dallas.
Oh, I am. I'm mad about that. Really pissed me off. A quarterback beat you. Go ahead.
What up, though? Shout out to you. You know what really pissed me off was, like you said, B, the pass rush. Jameis Winston had the second most time in the NFL of this week to throw the ball inside of the pocket.
He also had the most pressures on him too, which is a weird stat. I don't know how the hell that.
I think it was because eventually, okay, so if you look at it this way, this is how I see pressures. If you have a high number inside of the pocket where you can hold on to the ball, eventually you're going to get pressure on the quarterback. I mean, unless they're just holding it, you can't get past them. I didn't see that. But how I seen it, the pass rush just didn't get home when needed. They couldn't beat their one-on-ones. That's why that tackle came out and he bashed Hutchinson. And I mean, he had every right to, because he's like, dude didn't do anything the whole game. Now you want to celebrate?
That guy got torn up, man. He gave up six hits on the quarterback. That dude was
eventually
whack,
you're going to get to the quarterback is what I'm saying. Like, if you can literally have 3 seconds, if you can't beat your assignment within 3 to 3.5 seconds, something's wrong. So eventually he's going to get there and get the quarterback hits.
I'm going to put it to you this way with that guy, that offensive lineman's talking smack. You know what? You need to worry about your own damn team.
Exactly. He has no reason to talk
quarterback
at all.
Zero times. And they
still had zero pressures.
He's the second leader in sacks in the league, and he couldn't get nothing. So I don't want to hear you complaining about or saying Aiden Hutchinson did nothing. He got a sack. What did Brian Burns do? Not get none. So be quiet. Move along. Move along.
Let me say this, Jay, because I had a pretty good bird's eye view of the game. Like, you're right. We didn't get a lot of pressure from the ends. Winston was able to step up in the pocket pretty well. I would say in the second half, Shep did dial up some kind of pressure inside because McNeil was pushing the pocket. Roy Lopez was pushing the pocket in the second half. They didn't really run the football because they couldn't run the football. Every time they ran the football up the middle, the Lions stuffed it. So they had to pass the ball. There's just no doubt. They pretty much made him play left-handed because the passing game was the only thing they had going for them. And the times they did put pressure on it, dude, Jameis just made some plays that I was like, what the fuck? Like he threw one up in the air to Theo Johnson where they literally hit him on the ground and he just threw it up there and the player was this off of the coverage and he caught it. So they did dial it up in the second half. Yeah,
it took that ball like forever to get there, and I was like, "Dude, where's everybody at? You should be hitting this guy or what?" But DJ Reed had slipped or something. I don't know what he did when he was trying to come around. I was like, "You guys are really out of position." That should never happened.
The second half, they really dialed up the pressure because Jameis was a lot uncomfortable in the second half. like I said, they only scored 2 touchdowns off trick plays, man. You take those trick plays away from the game, they had maybe 15
I mean,
points,
it's a part of the
14
game.
points.
That's a part of the game.
But that's unstoppable. You can't.
What's unstoppable?
I mean, if you watch the coverage, dude, there was nobody within 5 feet of Jameis Winston on that one play.
Again, hence that's what trick plays do.
Yeah, exactly. It creates the wide open
if you
space.
follow your assignments, if you see somebody running outside, whether you are expecting them to get the ball or not, you guard. You don't let that shit happen. That's called a breakdown in the defense. Like with Dan Skipper. If Dan Skipper ever line up at tight end or wide receiver, you have people hopping on him because of the possibility of it happening. You know what I'm saying? Like last year when Jared Goff had a receiving touchdown pass, Seattle had a breakdown in their defense because they didn't expect them to have the ball. Now, if somebody would have just been out there to kind of keep them at bay, do you think they pass him the ball? Probably not.
But then again, there's not really a defense for a trick play because you got to think about the way they set up is that if the defense sucks in thinking a certain play is going to happen, they're not going to cover the guy in the back. That's usually how it works. And the first trick play, they actually had decent coverage on it. The guy just burned them. Like he literally got behind the two guys.
They didn't really have decent coverage on him because the guy had to run back once they saw the pass.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But they were in the vicinity of the play. It wasn't just a wide open play and the guy catches a touchdown.
5 yards is not in the vicinity to play. Sorry. For cornerback coaches will tell you that too. You were way off if you were like 5 to 10 yards away.
If you want to get technical, yes, they probably were not in coverage. Okay.
Yeah, Brent has a point. Yeah. Lopez, that's
I've been saying that all year, man. Y'all shit on Lopez. Lopez has been kicking ass, and he
ain't shitting on Lopez. He's just not. I don't think he's. I mean, you have a good game once in a while. It doesn't mean he's
one of y'all's best linemen out there. D line. He is one of the best D linemen.
He's best. He's one of the best run.
He blew up like 3 or 4 plays in one sequence.
Absolutely. But
anyways,
I want to see consistency on it.
Well,
I think so. And I'm going to say it like this. Consistency is key. I think he can be consistent. He's actually been one of our best linemen these past couple of weeks. There's no arguing that. But one thing I will say, it was just a bit underwhelming for our defense, especially the defensive lineman, considering the level of opponent we were going against.
No doubt.
This was supposed to be the gimme right here. I mean, can we name at least 2 people on that offensive line we know that are all pros, Pro Bowlers, or even good on the Giants? Probably not.
Thomas is pretty good, but yeah,
and for us to have the pressure that we had, it was a bit underwhelming. And
he did, Brent. Yeah, it was a big one too.
I mean, it doesn't. This is the NFL. You can sit here and tell everybody, "Oh yeah, you should whoop that team's ass." This is the NFL. These are professional athletes that are playing. Yeah. Any given Sunday is not a quote or a cliche because it's just out there. Any given Sunday is any given Sunday. Any of these teams can come to play. And I'm sure the Giants weren't going to come here and say, we're going to go to Ford Field and roll over. Kafka had a good ass game plan in the beginning.
And they're going to play. And they're going to play hard.
But I agree. But there's a but to that. So when we talk about being any given Sunday, we have to also recognize that when the Lions are coming off of a loss, that's usually when they are at their best coming off of a loss. I mean, look at it. When they came off a loss against Green Bay, they killed Chicago the next week. Coming off of a loss against the Kansas City Chiefs, you whipped the Buccaneers' ass. And coming off of a loss against the Minnesota Vikings, same thing, right? Next week, you put up 50-something up against Washington.
But I think what
against the Eagles, you were supposed to come in this game. It's been damn near 3 years since the Lions have went and had back-to-back losses and haven't scored double digits against their opponent, winning by double digits against their opponent after a loss.
But I think what
Biza, Go ahead. What were you going to say, Nate?
I just think that what B's alluding to is basically like if you look at this week's slate of games, the Eagles had a 21-point lead and lost. Okay, to the
divisional
Cowboys.
Opponent. That's a little bit different because that's a divisional opponent.
49ers played like shit against the Panthers, and they won that game. The Chiefs played like crap against the Colts for a good minute, and then found a way to win the game. That's exactly what the Lions did. The Lions went out, they played like shit for a whole game, but they found a way to get a win.
But I'm gonna tell you the difference between those teams and what's going on now. Those teams are in the playoffs. No. Those teams are in the playoffs right now, except for the Carolina Panthers. Or are they in the
Chiefs
playoffs?
are in the playoffs.
Are they in the playoffs right now?
We're all in a hunt for the playoffs.
Yeah, Chiefs aren't in the playoffs yet.
And I'm gonna put the scenario to you, and we'll get to that. I mean, we'll get to the whole complete thing. But if Detroit beats Green Bay, Chicago loses, and Minnesota and Chicago loses, and Green Bay loses, guess what? Detroit's in first place again. Yep. So it's a third to first kind of thing that can happen just overnight. Yeah. I'm not worried about that aspect. Detroit won a game that they really didn't have a business winning because the Giants took it to them most of the game, but they found a way to win. Guess what? Good teams find ways to win. That's what you got to take out of this. We could break down. They didn't do this right. You know, I'm still not happy about Dan Campbell's play calling. His play calling is still shaky as hell. I'm tired of this crap with that.
We won't blame them for winning because you don't apologize for a win. What I'm saying, and I think what a lot of people have said too, is it's the way you lost. I think that if the Giants kick a field goal instead of going for it late in the fourth quarter, then you have to score. They kept the Lions out of the end zone a couple times. That's the reason why
I thought they were going to kick the field goal. It made no sense.
I thought they were going to kick the field goal too.
Again, bad teams find ways to lose too.
Bad teams find ways to lose. And,
I mean,
the Lions. If you think about it, look at it like this though. If you look at it, they missed they didn't kick a field goal when they should have kicked the field goal, right? Bad coaching move. The Lions could have came down there and missed that 59-yard field goal, but they got into position to win that game. Then they found a way, the first fucking play at overtime, Gibbs goes nuts and gets a touchdown. And then they put the hurt into the Giants. I say I'll relay that back a little bit because I thought the game was going to be over like 2 or 3 times in that drive. I was like, well, damn, what the hell?
Well, you can take the rest for that.
13-3, 13-19. I'm like, dude, come on, really?
Just stop. Get it. But you mentioned something, Gibbs. Is he the best player on our team?
I mean, at this moment, yeah.
Yeah. I'd have to agree.
He's one of the best players in the NFL, period.
Absolutely. Outside of quarterbacks, and I know people like to put them in a league of their own, but him and Jonathan Taylor could be 1A, 1B when it comes to MVP talks. Sure. I'll throw Jackson Smith and Jigba in there too, but I mean, literally, Jahmyr Gibbs single-handedly saved us 2 times in a row, actually, because even though we lost last week against the Eagles, I mean, he had a monster game. Then turn around and have another monster game.
The Lions have two special. Yeah, the Lions have 2 special players on their team that Dan really needs to find ways to get the ball to, and that's Jahmyr Gibbs and that's J-Mo. Jahmyr Gibbs went off. J-Mo didn't have any catches. He did drop a touchdown. That's on J-Mo because Goff put it right in his hands and he just got excited and dropped it.
I'm just kind of like J-Mo. I know the kid has talent. Let me rephrase that. The kid has talent. I know he's good, but I know he just has a hard time staying consistent. Right now, Robbie, yes, right now for sure.
Yeah,
it's fair. I mean,
absolutely.
He's gonna be boomer busted a lot of times in games. I mean, I use the word Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Jackson at times when you watch Deshaun Jackson play, he would make electrifying plays, and then there'd be games where he'd have ho-hum numbers. Like when you're that kind of high boomer bust, that's what happens. He's not
Stafford. You haven't seen some of these games. This dude is just jacking them in. He is fucking accurate, and he's throwing. He's throwing with complete confidence. That dude is not getting. He is not getting rattled. Did you see what he did to Tampa Bay? Tampa Bay got dismantled.
What are you
said who?
Are you talking about the Stafford thing?
I'm talking
what are you talking about?
Rams.
Oh, yeah. Stafford is the MVP right now. No doubt.
Yeah.
Right now.
It's just awesome.
But going back to the Lions, I think I told this to y'all in the chat, and I truly do believe this. I think the Lions are a good team. I think they're a solid team. I don't think we're going to win the Super Bowl this year. That line is not good. our interior is still a big problem. Like Coyote Awashika gave up 2 sacks in the interior and about a couple of pressures. I don't know what the situation is. They can't keep putting him in there. He's got to either put Cologne in there. They got to put in Miles Frazier. Hopefully Miles Frazier is going to be active because I think I want to give this guy a chance. He played tackle in college, but they probably see him more as a guard. I need to see somebody else. Coyote can't do it. You know, it was a nice story last year or whenever he played the Niners and he stepped in and played an admirable role. He's very overwhelmed right now. We need somebody else in there. And Graham might not play either. Graham hasn't practiced in 2 days. So, and it's a knee problem. So I don't know if they're going to rest Graham for 10 days or if they're going to play him.
I think Graham will play. I think today is a rest day. Now, if he misses, they do walkthroughs tomorrow, right?
No, walkthrough was yesterday. Today was actual practice.
Okay, and tomorrow will be another actual practice, or
I
just it's a little bit confusing on short weeks, but I'll say this.
Yeah, they have a walkthrough on Monday. They had they had an emergency practice too. They had that on Monday. Emergency practice on Monday because they had to find ways to get better in certain areas. Dan was saying, so they did kind of do a practice. They haven't really had too many walkthroughs. I don't think
it was a walkthrough / practice on yesterday. Yeah,
today was more of that, and tomorrow will be.
I'm really. I thought you guys froze. It's only one player that I am kind of nervous about missing, and obviously I think they will miss the game, and that's Khalif Raymond. It'd be Khalif Raymond, and that's a big part for our special teams, and that's a little bit concerning. But I think Graham Glasgow will be okay.
Well, hey, for all the people that have said, "Where's Isaac Tesla?" You're going to see Isaac Tesla on Thursday. Like you're going to see more of a bigger role for him because who else is on the pecking order now? You know.
Well, we keep saying that, and we don't keep seeing it happen. That's the point.
I mean, unless they're just going to use JMO and Amara. And
I want to know. I want to know where that play calling was for the Commanders game. That's been missing for the last 2 games because he had everybody involved in that. Even Tesla was involved in that game. Where is that play calling at? It's like Dan is trying to outsmart his damn self sometimes with his play calling. And that's, dude, if you're going to do shit like that, just give it back to Morton because I'd rather blame him because he is an offensive coordinator than to blame your ass because you're not doing it.
I'm with you because Dan looks overwhelmed. He needs to like go back to doing what he does.
Yeah,
and oversee everybody.
He's worried. He's a coach. He's a head coach. He is a head coach that oversees the offensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator, and that's how it should be. Instead of you taking over, I know that's the thing in the NFL now that head coaches take over those call duties, but they got like a rookie at that coordinator position. Nagy is just a crutch for Andy Reid, basically. Right. He ain't calling. I mean, he ain't really calling plays unless Andy Reid's like overlooking them twice.
Well, he goes through Andy Reid.
I'm not going to be sold on this. He needs to either adjust his play calling, man, and relying on the defense. That's good for Houston, but Detroit's not Houston. Okay, we got plausible defense, but we don't have Houston defense. So you can't just keep relying on the defense to do stuff because it's not going to happen all the time. Yeah. That's just the nuts and bolts of it. They don't have that. They have a solid defense, but it's not the greatest defense in the world. It's top 5. It's top 10 defense, but it's not going to be spectacular.
I'll do you one better. You remember last year before last, that our offense was able to kind of overshadow a bad, banged up defense. That's what our offense was able to do. Not able to do that now. And I think that
because we had a great line too. We don't have a great line.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Those wrinkles are starting to show themselves a little bit more because the Lions can't even control time of possession. We're getting beat on time of possession by a lot of teams and kind of showing its way. But hold on really quick, Nate, because I think that when you look at it in this aspect, if you go 3 and outs like the Lions have been, and you've been a bad third down offense like the Lions have been, I think that kind of takes away from what the Lions want to do and how they usually run their offense. They're not able to do that anymore. right? Like our efficiency on 4th and 3rd down was much higher last year, whereas this year it took a significant drop. And once you are not able to get that 4th down that you originally were looking for, now you're putting your defense in a bad spot, starting on the opponent's 48, or in your own 48.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you with I'm
with the Lions a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you with some stats real quick. That this is basically what it is. Goff is the 3rd most hit quarterback that's been hit, and he's one of the top quarterbacks in pressures allowed.
Protect them.
So that's all you need to know. If Goff is a mobile quarterback, if Goff is not a mobile quarterback, and he's getting hit as much as he is and getting pressured as much as he is, he's not sitting comfortable like he was last year, and that's a problem. Because if he's not sitting comfortable in the pocket, the throws are going to be shorter, i.e. check downs, which that's what they did with Gibbs. They checked it down pretty much the whole game. No shots to J-Mo, no deep shots. And I don't care what anybody says, losing Sam Laporta is a huge freaking loss.
Absolutely.
Because that was Goff's safety blanket in the middle.
Sure was. And he's one of the best, if not the best blocking / receiving tight end in the league. Now, you can have a good receiving tight end in the league, Brock Bowers, Goddard, but when you're able to receive and block, that is a huge asset to be a tight end right there. To be able
who had this? You know who had the 2nd most snaps as a tight end outside of Brock Wright?
Who was it?
Dan Skipper.
Jeez. That's just to let you know that they were running.
That's all you need to know.
Tight end position. Exactly. And I'll give you one, Nate. I think that even if Jared Goff was a mobile quarterback, he'd still be in the same position.
Oh, sure, absolutely. You can't play by the bad line.
Because Patrick Mahomes is at that on that list as well of quarterbacks that has been pressured and hit and sacked the most. So they just
and this is something I'm gonna do a mini rant on. For those fans out there that keep talking about, well, we need another quarterback because Goff is not mobile. Man, shut up. You don't know nothing about football. Do you they're figuring out Goff. No, it's called
just
figuring
watch
out
football.
the
That's all you need to know.
Figure out the interior line. How about that? Why don't you figure that out? When the interior line sucks, that's when your quarterback's not going to make good plays. Look at Lamar Jackson. And you say, oh, we can get Lamar Jackson or Josh would be better in those situations. Josh just got sacked for eight times by Houston. We sacked Lamar Jackson 8 times. So, no, being a mobile quarterback does not always help you out. It might help you out in certain situations, but it does not always help you out. You still have to play the quarterback situation, period.
Let me ask you all a question. I want y'all's thoughts. What do you think about putting Goff in the shotgun?
Well, then that means they have to go to a different kind of play calling.
I mean,
they're not gonna be able to really do any
play action. That's the only thing I see. The play action would be hard.
He's not really going to be.
But he'd be able to see it a lot quicker before he can get rid of it. That's the only thing I could say. I don't know. I just a thought because if the interior is giving up that much pressure inside, either you move one of the guys out, which is Coyote more likely is probably going to be the guy, or you got to do something with Goff. You either got to roll him out, you got to get him in some kind of movement because he's got to be on the run. Like you remember their placements when he says like you need to set up in the pocket like you're going to run. That's what he's got to start doing. He's got to roll out somehow or do something.
It's going to be hard,
but he's not. You can't make a standardized quarterback a mobile quarterback. Is not going to happen.
I mean, but he can move.
That's not what Goff is. No. He is moving a little bit. I don't see what he had no problems moving the last game against the Giants.
He broke Brian Burns.
He broke Burns.
Yeah,
dude, and then he ran for a first down.
Yeah.
Well, so, then what y'all are saying? Then what y'all are saying is the answer is we need to get another lineman inside. Basically,
absolutely.
We need to we need our offensive line that we have now to work. That's what they need to do.
But Coyote's got to go. We got to get some. Coyote's got to be replaced.
Regardless, we got to have different. If they got to go through different line changes, they're going to have to do it.
They're going to have to make some changes.
That interior line has to start blocking.
Of course, yeah. We got to get somebody to plug that.
I want to know one of the biggest Goff's. I think his problems is. I don't think he trusts his offensive line much at all. He moves.
Or should he? He's being pressured to hit all the time.
And rightfully so. I think that's another reason why you're kind of seeing that disconnect between Goff and St. Brown, because Jared Goff looks a second faster than what he usually is. He looks like he has to get the ball out of his hands faster than what he used to. And that comes from being hit, like you said, being one of the most hit sack quarterbacks.
Goff is used to sitting pretty. He's used to sitting in the back.
Exactly. He's not able to do that. So he gets happy feet and he ends up throwing the ball in the dirt or actually taking a hit from a defensive lineman.
Mm-hmm.
He just looks like he doesn't trust his offensive line. His offensive line has to step up and protect him more and better.
I think honestly, and this is just to wrap it up, I think honestly, we have to find ways to keep running the football. We're third in the NFL in running the football. Yes, a lot of that is because of Jahmyr Gibbs, but who cares? He's on the running back. So we need to find ways to keep running the football and staying ahead of the chains. If we can do that, we'll be all right. If we get down in distances, we're screwed because he won't have the time, and our sometimes our receivers aren't getting separation.
Well, I don't think the total thing is on Goff about him and Brown. I think Brown is losing concentration levels too. I've seen him drop balls that were perfectly placed.
Yeah, he's also playing hurt too, I think.
Yeah, I'm not buying it.
He might be playing hurt. I'm not sure how true that is. Allegedly, that's just alleged. What up, though?
His wrist.
My man. That's just alleged. I don't know about anything else, but yeah, that's all I'll say.
Like Penei Sewell, he's going to play through his injuries. They're not going to sit out games. They're warriors and they're going to play through it. So he just got to catch the ball. That's it.
Yeah, I'm not buying it. Somebody was showing like his wrist was hurt and they were showing it because he was on a podcast with it, his podcast with it. But a couple of the passes he dropped were off his fingertips. So that's not an excuse. Sorry. He doesn't have the concentration right now for some reason. His concentration is low. But anyway,
you better get concentrated because he's a vital.
Stop catching balls with mayonnaise and all this stuff and catch it with
Hit that jug machine.
That's all I gotta say.
Get out there and catch 101 balls,
exactly. If you can catch with mayonnaise, you can catch a football. That's all I gotta say.
No, he's got to catch 301 because he does catch like 205 or some shit like that. Yeah.
All right. Well, welcome to the show, Liz.
What's up, guys?
I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the Pic Ems. B, you want to do your rankings real quick?
Oh, yeah. Hold on a momento.
Something I saw that was interesting. Yeah, something I thought that was interesting was the Bears had a +3 or -3 turnover point differential. That just tells you right there. They're 8-3. They're technically right now above us right now in the division, and they have a negative point differential. That tells you right there that they are playing within the margins, very thin margins, and so
those are about to fall apart.
Right. I don't always agree that thing you are what your record are because I think we could all agree Chicago is not 8-3. They've played a lot of bad teams and a lot of backup quarterbacks. They haven't beat a winning team. The only winning team they beat was the Steelers, and they didn't have Mason. They didn't have Aaron Rodgers.
And then look at Steelers.
Exactly. I got a question for you though. This is gonna make a couple of y'all mad. What winning team did the Lions beat?
The Bucks.
Okay,
that was a good win too. And the Ravens are playing better too now.
But they're falling apart as you see. You see the Buccaneers falling apart, right?
Well, Mayfield. But all right, we're gonna move into the picks.
Yeah, but what teams bad have we lost to?
I'll take the Chiefs.
Thank you. No,
all our losses. Bad. All our losses.
They beat the Indianapolis Colts. They're still a 500 team. They're still
Vikings.
So
we lost a couple bad teams.
Horrible loss to the Vikings.
But I mean, it'd be that way sometime.
All right. B, who are the picks for the week?
So
agreed, sir.
Without
Robbie.
Rodgers, they
Hey,
do.
I'm sorry, Robbie.
So
Without
at
further
this
ado.
week, the picks for this week, I was aces. Well, aces would be I didn't lose a game, so nab that. I lost 3, so I was 11-3.
Mhm.
Jay and Liz were 10-4. Nate,
I'm telling you, these games are by
I'm
the margins,
disgusted.
man.
I'm disgusted in you, man. I don't even want
They're
you were
with the
8 and
margins,
6.
man.
You were 8 and 6, man.
It's
Come
still
on.
winning record. It's still winning.
Hey,
I don't take the favorites all the time. I'm just saying. I'll just say
Right.
that.
Oh, okay.
I actually take.
That's
I don't
on
take
you,
favorites.
but that's on you.
I go with my gut.
You
But
can sit there and make
most of
that
the time,
excuse.
there's going to be
but
some upsets. There's going to be some
And
upsets
that's-
sometimes.
yeah,
Not
well,
Well,
everybody's
it was you.
favorites.
8 and 6. That's an upset.
I'm okay.
Jay-
8-6 is
Jay-
a winning record.
Jay leads everybody 106 to
Aw.
53. Number 2 is me 101 to 58. And Liz is 97 and 62 in third, and Nate is 95 and 64 in fourth. Nate,
Well, it's 2
Come on.
games.
come on, Nate. I got faith in you, bro.
Bro, these games go down to the margins, man.
Dang, B, you're winning
Literally.
the fantasy?
Literally
Fuck
could
yeah, I
flip.
am. Beating that ass.
All right, let's get started. All right, first game on the docket. We have the Chiefs and Cowboys. Chiefs are 3.5-point favorites on the road. B.
I'm taking the Cowboys again.
All right, Jay.
Give me the Chiefs. I was about to call them something else.
The
Give me the
Queefs.
Chiefs,
Liz?
man.
Yeah, well.
Let me just go with Dallas.
I'm taking the Chiefs. All right, Bengals and Ravens. Ravens are 7-point favorites at home. B.
Oh, God.
I'm going with the Ravens.
Ravens. And they
Liz?
cover.
Now, just keep in mind, Higgins is out, but Burrow may. I think Burrow.
I think Burrow's out. I think they rule Burrow out.
Burrow's going to play?
No, he's gonna play.
He may.
Is he?
What?
He practiced last week, and he's
And
probably
Chase is back.
yeah.
So
He's gonna play.
I'm
Chase
just
is
putting that out there. Doesn't
Chase
mean
is pissed too.
it's not going to make me no difference. I'm still picking the Ravens.
Yeah, Liz.
I'll go with Burrow.
Wow.
Would you have Jay? I mean, Nate.
You take it.
Sorry.
I'm taking the Ravens. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Bears versus Eagles. Eagles are 7-point favorites at home. B.
Really? You think I'm going to take the Bears?
Okay. Jay.
Yeah, give me the Seagulls.
Liz.
Eagles.
Yeah, Eagles too. All right. Browns versus Niners versus Browns. Niners are 4.5-point favorites on the road. B.
I got the Niners.
Okay. Jay.
Give me the Browns. I think they ride hot, man. Give me the Browns, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I'm
going Browns,
too.
Liz?
I'll take the Browns.
Yeah, me too. All right. Cardinals versus Bucks. Bucks are 3-point favorites at home. B.
They are getting Godwin back.
Mm-hmm. Baker might play. He might not play.
And Irvin might play too.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Buccaneers.
Okay. Jay.
I'll take the Bucks.
Liz.
Cardinals are just
Tampa.
horrible.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bucks. All right. Falcons versus Jets. Falcons are 2.5-point favorites on the road. B.
God, I hate the Jet. I mean, I hate the Falcons. The Falcons.
I do too. I hate them. Man, they piss me off.
Then they can't beat Carolina, but then they go into New Orleans and beat them, who New Orleans just beat Carolina. I'm
It's
not
not like you wanna take
understanding
the
that
Jets.
division. I'm not understanding that division. I'm really not.
That's who's only going to get one team. Go ahead.
The Jets. I would pick the Jets. And I know if I picked them, the fucking Falcons will win. I'm picking the Jets. I don't care.
All right, Jay.
Give me the ATL Falcons, man. The Jets want that number 1 pick. Give me the Falcons.
Liz.
The Falcons are playing like it though.
Yeah. So let me go with Jets.
Yeah, I'm going Falcons. All right. Jaguars versus Titans. 6.5 point favorites on the road for the Jags. B.
Another rat game.
Jaguars.
Okay, Jay.
Jags.
Man, the Titans need to win at least one game, and I need the Jags to lose, so I'm gonna go with Titans.
Well, they got to win already, but
Well, you know what I mean.
Another win.
Another
I'm
win.
going Jags. All right. Rams versus Panthers. Rams are 10.5 point favorites on the road. B.
Rams.
Jay.
Rams.
Liz.
Rams.
Yeah, Rams. All right. Saints versus Dolphins. Dolphins are 6 point favorites at home. B.
I'm gonna go Dolphins.
Okay. Jay.
What's the game again?
Saints versus Dolphins. Dolphins are 6 point favorites at home.
Ooh, yeah, I'll go Dolphins.
Okay. Liz.
I'm gonna go Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm going Dolphins. All right. Vikings versus Seahawks. Seahawks are 10.5 point favorites at home. B.
Seahawks.
Jay.
Seahawks.
Liz.
Seahawks.
Yeah, Seahawks.
You didn't hesitate.
Bills versus Steelers. Bills are 3.5 point favorites on the road.
Bills are favored? I
Yeah.
wonder why.
Because Josh Allen's better.
Because they lost.
Yeah.
Well, that's true, but they did just sign Brandon Cooks.
Yeah.
They knew they receiver.
They need a winning game.
And the Steelers aren't Houston, so I'm taking the Bills.
Yeah.
Bills. I'm taking the Bills.
Liz.
Do you know if Aaron Rodgers is playing?
Not yet.
It don't make a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bills got to win. They got.
You know, one thing that really hurts the Bills, stifling defenses. Steelers don't have that.
Okay. I'll go with Bills.
Bills. All right. Raiders versus Chargers. Chargers are 10 point favorites at home. B.
Jesus.
Chargers.
Liz.
Chargers.
All right. Broncos versus Commanders. Broncos are 6.5 point favorites. Okay.
Broncos.
Yeah, Broncos all around. And Giants versus Patriots.
Pats.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Pats.
Oh, shoot. Oh, hold on. Time out. Giants. The Patriots are missing their whole left side of their line.
Yep.
That's going to be.
Oh yeah, Will Campbell is out.
Will Campbell's with the MCL.
Yep.
MLC sprain. Yeah. MCL.
But saying that, the Giants have a propensity.
Big May's
to
playing out of
lose
his
in the
mind,
end.
man. Yeah. I'm taking Pats.
I'm taking Giants.
Okay.
Who'd you pick, B?
I picked the Patriots. Would you pick, Jay?
Patriots.
Gamble a little bit, Jay.
Patriots.
Right.
That's going to be hard.
And you picked what, Nate?
I picked the Pats. All right. And we have the Texans and Colts. Texans are 4.5 point dogs on the road. B.
I like the way the Texans are playing. Is CJ Stroud still out?
Wait, I don't know. The coach
Ryan
said yesterday.
said that when he plays, he plays. That's what he said.
Literally what he said. So
So it doesn't sound like he's gonna play.
Yeah.
I mean, but hey, they beat the Bills.
Come on.
Bills. You know what beat them? Defense.
Defense. Hey, we need a little bit of running game.
What you got, B?
Yeah, a little bit of running game. Yeah.
Poquito.
Go ahead.
And the Colts don't look like too much of a team. They were leading that whole game, and then Kansas City just came out of nowhere and won that game. So I'm going with the Texans. I think the defense is gonna win this
All right,
game.
Jay.
Attaboy. I'm picking the Texans, man. Give me the horns up, man. El Toros.
Colts at home.
You're
This
going
game is-
Colts.
Who you got,
The game
Nate?
was on. The game was in Houston. I'd go Texans. Colts. I think the Colts after a lackluster game, I think they come back and play better.
Ooh.
But it'll be good. It'll be a good matchup to see Jonathan Taylor versus that defense.
Yep.
Because I guarantee you, the good way to stop a pass rusher, run the ball.
Well,
All right.
and you know the good way to stop Indianapolis's offense? Stop the run.
Defense. Stop the run.
We'll see who wins.
That's what Kansas City decided. That's what Kansas City did the last game.
Yeah,
they had 58 yards.
Their defense is scary in Houston. I'm talking
But
about like Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
but they haven't
good
faced. But they haven't
Adam
faced a running
Yeah,
back. They
yeah.
haven't faced a running back like Jonathan Taylor yet. So we'll see. To watch.
I mean,
Be a good
Not
matchup.
many teams have done that. Pittsburgh stopped Jonathan Taylor. What happened? Kansas City stopped Jonathan Taylor. What happened? All you got to do is stop Jonathan Taylor, and because Daniel
That's
Jones
it.
is not the guy. He ain't the guy.
I get it. I get it.
He's good
All right.
good game manager, but he ain't the guy.
Yeah.
yeah. We'll
But
see.
We'll see. Yeah, it's a big good game.
Mhm.
All right, and then finally Packers versus Lions. Liz.
Yeah, this is the only one that's gonna.
Whoa, hold on now. Y'all don't know what I'm going. Y'all haven't even asked.
We know
me.
you have a love thing.
Y'all
for
haven't even
Packers.
asked. Why don't y'all ask first?
We did.
Who you
ask.
going with, Liz?
I'm going Lions.
Hey, that's
Shocker.
my girl right there. That's my
Shocker. All right. That wraps up our picks. So tune in to see what happens.
Hey, we all picking the Lions, right?
Yeah,
Come on.
Okay. All right.
It's in the 3-1-3.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jordan
Y'all-
Love get
I mean, it's gonna be a good
In order
game.
for y'all to get to the bowl, what do y'all need to do? In order for y'all to get to the bowl, what do y'all need to do? Who needs to lose? Green Bay,
quarterback.
Bears.
And Bears. We ain't worried about the Bears.
Oh no, I know
Yeah.
you're not worried about the Bears. Ain't nobody worried about the
Teddy
Bears. They're about to have a tough schedule. But
I
like,
got
I'm going
something to
Lions.
Aiden Hutchinson about to go out and be all up and down Jordan Love's ass. Watch.
Yes,
About to
he
be
is.
like flies on
Yes,
shit.
he is.
On that note, we're gonna jump into the.
Yeah. All right, guys. Week 13. Here we go.
Yep. Let's
I
go.
see you, Liz.
All right, fellas. The game is finally here. After that shellacking in the week one that the Whackers can keep talking about as their Super Bowl, the Lions have a chance to have a revenge game. I do expect the Lions to come out and play a more complete game on all phases. You've yet to do it all season. I think that for whatever reasons, they play hard against the Packers. You know, Amara said himself, when he had that injury, he says, I couldn't be off of the Packers game. So you know that they always sharpen their tools when it comes to playing the Packers. So let's get into it. What are your initial thoughts of this matchup?
I'm going to say one of the thoughts that I have and I'm having now is how well will they protect Jared Goff? And reason why I'm saying that is because we all could agree upon the interior protection is just horrific. So that kind of makes me think, does LaFleur line Micah Parsons over the center, knowing that they're banged up right there in the left guard?
He's gonna line him
He did
line him
the
up
last
everywhere. Yeah,
You
he's
know,
gonna
and-
A gaps and yeah.
That's kind of a big weakness of the Lions. So I want to know how many snaps is he going to take there? If they can protect him, I think if they can protect him enough, I think they can beat the Packers, because the Packers are not a good offense. After losing Tucker Kraft and with Josh Jacobs being banged up, and we see how LaFleur is calling the game, he's running the ball on every first down. Look up the stats.
He's playing not
I
to
think
lose.
a little bit. He's playing not to lose, and I think they become a little bit predictable themselves.
Mhm.
So while a lot of people think the Lions are predictable, look at the sequence of the Packers. It goes run, pass, run, pass, and especially with the subtraction of Tucker Kraft,
Mhm.
that's going to be a big component of this game right here. So if the Lions can protect him, Jared Goff up the middle, stop the run, they whipping the Packers. Watch. Just watch and see.
Okay. What do you think, B?
Well, I don't know about whooping the Packers, but I'm gonna tell
They
you
gonna
what
whip
the
'em.
Packers are gonna do.
I hope
The Packers are
They
gonna
will be
be tough.
the Packers are gonna do the same. The Packers are gonna try to do the same thing defensively that they did the first game.
Mhm.
That's how vanilla that they're going to be. They're going to think that they're going to be able to do the same thing they did the first game. So they're not going to change that. But to your point, Jay, they are changing that because I'm going to tell you what. Once that starts getting out in the NFL, and it's been I've heard different analysts been talking about how the Green Bay is running on first down and blah blah blah. If they're hearing it from all over the place, I'm sure LaFleur is going to say, "Yeah, I hope that the Lions are hearing this too because we're going to be throwing it on them, and they will throw it on us because our secondary is banged up." Yep. So just remember that, and that's what they'll probably come out throwing, and I wouldn't be surprised.
And Jordan Love does take shots. He takes shots.
You know something else too? I hear Jordan Love is dealing with a messed up AC joint in the shoulder. So we'll see how effective he can be throwing the ball that way.
Hit him in the arm.
Then get in his grill and hit him. That's what you do.
Yeah, legally, don't get a 15-yard penalty. So I think this is kind of funny because, like, this last game against the Giants, our interior was probably the biggest weakness, and our tackles played pretty solid. This Packers game, our tackles are going to be under a lot of duress because either Parsons going to be on one side, Rashawn Gary's on the other side, and then, of course, they'll put Parsons in the middle at times. So there's going to be a lot of pressure on the tackles to hold their own. I do think the interior can do a decent job if they can hold Parsons inside, or I don't know who's going to be playing in the middle for the Packers. I think Watt was Devontae Watt. I think the guy from Georgia. I think he should play, but he's not Kenny Clark, so I'm not too worried about that guy. Really, the only guy that really hurt us in that Packers defense is Micah Parsons. He was everywhere that first game. And I really think that
too much of a job. I think what it was a combination
the pressures,
of a bunch of the other linemen doing it because they were, because at the time the Lions were kind of focused on Micah Parsons. They weren't focused on anybody else on that line. Right. So that's the reason why it seemed that he was getting all over the place because the focus was on him. But other players were making the plays.
To be fair,
and Lucas Van Ness is another guy that we have to watch.
He's out. According
to what I saw.
Oh, well, LaFleur said he doesn't think he's going to play, but I guess we'll find out.
We'll see.
But the thing is that we also have to remember that was week one. They had no tape of Micah Parsons in a Packers uniform, so everything they used was based on what the Cowboys had, which is a whole different defense. So now that the Lions have had time to watch tape of Micah Parsons playing defense and how they use him in the defense, I think they should have a better feel going forward of where he's going to line up, what his tendencies are, and all that stuff now that he's in the Packers uniform. I think that first game was just kind of we got to figure it out situation, and obviously with a new lineman, it was a shit show. Tate in there, Mahogany, guys that hadn't played together. Graham was at the center position. They hadn't played together. So it was a lot of miscommunications, and it showed. I expect this game to be a little bit more cleaner. But like I said, I think the pressure is going to come more from the edges with Rashawn Gary and Micah Parsons. And Taylor Decker struggles with those fast pass rushers. He always does. He's just not a good matchup.
He did a good job the other day against some really good pass rushers. 3 of them. Actually,
yeah. Penei Sewell held his own. I'm not worried about Penei Sewell, but yeah, Decker. You need Decker to play well.
Absolutely.
Well, let's see. For the Lions right now, we have 5 people that probably won't play.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say Glasgow's not going to play. Of course, Kirby's not going to play. Pascal's not going to play. Khalif Raymond's not going to play. And Brock Wright, another one of our tight ends, is not going to play. Terrion Arnold's still working out from a concussion.
Terry
will play. Why they got concussion? He'll play.
He'll play. Everybody else will be good to go.
Everybody else is everybody done. Marcus Davenport's going to come back. That's a relief. Miles Frazier, you got to put him in there as guard. He's coming back. So Sayon Vaki's going to be back. He's got limited practice, but he's playing. I mean, you got guys in here that are going to play. I'm not really worried. They just got to find a mix in the interior offensive line that'll work for them, and stop the interior rush. If they can do that, they're going to win this game handily. Because if you can't stop Goff back there, it's over.
Right.
I do have to ask the question with really quick with essentially no tight end to be able to take the middle of the field away from Brock Wright or from Sam Laporta. What do the Lions do? How will that affect their offense, though? That's something I have to ask.
I'm hoping Brock plays because we don't have another tight end. Maybe Dwelly or they use Jumbo with Skipper, but that's only for max protect and that's only for run plays. They will have no.
Maybe they're kind of holding out with Brock Wright as well because I mean, there's not much tape on Brock Wright. I mean, everybody really prepares for Sam Laporta, and while Brock Wright has filled in that role, I mean, do they really know how to prepare for Brock Wright? Considering you only got maybe 2 games you can go off of, a couple games you can really go off of.
I don't know.
So is he out for sure, B, or he just didn't practice?
He had DNP for 2 days.
Okay.
If he's DNP again
on a short week, a short week, DNP is not good for 2 days.
Yeah, exactly.
That automatically puts you basically in the out to doubtful category, which is out anyway.
So it's probably going to be Ross Dwelly, and it's probably going to be Skipper. They might bring up somebody from the practice squad. There was rumors that they were trying Jackson Meeks at tight end. Maybe we see Jackson Meeks get activated. They did cut 3 players today: Millette, Hallett, and
Hallett came back. Though.
Whiteside.
Hallett came back to the practice squad. Whiteside got cut too. Yeah, because they're making room for. Yeah, hopefully they'll bring him back to the practice squad. Frazier will hopefully be back. I don't know who else might be back. Maybe Pascal's back too because he might have fit with those 3 spots.
They have to start the time on him, right? Him and Miles Frazier.
He's already started his clock. It's just they need to pull him off IR.
Yeah. Okay.
Hugh Sasson too. They got to get him in there.
Yeah, maybe next week they said he could be possibly ready to go. So that'll be a big help.
I mean, you got to look at the gauntlet of teams they have to play in the next 3 games. They got to play Green Bay. Then they got to be home. They're going to be home to Dallas. And then, Dallas has got a great offense. That's not going to be a picnic.
And their defense.
And then we got to go to Rams.
Yep.
The Rams they're playing at the top of their game right now.
It's going to be brutal.
And we're going to LA. It ain't going to be here. So.
Yep. Let's talk about Green Bay's injuries because there was a couple of injuries that I wanted to highlight on them. Josh Jacobs is possible going to play, maybe not. If he was game time the last game and they sat him out, I don't see why they would play him this game because they got 10 days after this to let him rest. So if he wasn't even ready to play that last game, I don't know why you put him out there, but that's just me.
I will put if I were the Packers out for him. This is a very important.
He has
game.
2 LPs. He's going to play.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got.
What about Nixon?
Josh Jacobs.
Did Nixon play limited? Because Nixon was out. He got knocked. He got concussed.
No, he had a neck injury.
Okay, neck injury.
He had limited playing time, but he was a DNP yesterday, so that's probably up in the air. I kind of heard that he wasn't going to play.
Time. Yeah,
I heard. I kind of heard he wasn't going to play, but I've heard that from a couple news sources, not everyone. Let's see.
So Nixon's
right.
out.
Van Ness will probably not play. You're right about that. He had 2 DNPs.
Hobbs,
Savion Williams, what nobody cares about because he's a tier 8 receiver. Defensive tackle Kyle Brooks. He's going to be a DNP. He's going to be out most likely because he was out last game too.
Yeah. So what's good?
Let's see. Everybody else looks like they can play. Matthew Golden was out last week, but it looks like he's going to play this week. He's got a wrist injury too.
You want to know
Nate
something?
Hobbs will probably play. Yeah.
Go ahead, Jay.
You remember not last year, but the year before last. Remember the Packers came in on Thanksgiving all banged up, and they came in and won.
Mm-hmm.
I think that this game is going to be kind of similar because a lot of important pieces for the Lions are missing. I think the Lions about to take it to the Packers, man. That's just my observation.
I mean, I mean, you look at the losses. The two biggest losses on the Lions right now are Kirby and Laporta. I mean, outside of that, they have reinforcements coming. I mean, Frazier's going to come in the O-line. They still have Cologne. On the defensive side, they're getting they maybe get Pascal back. They're getting for sure Davenport back. Arnold should play. So I mean, this is probably the healthiest secondary has been in a minute. Meek goes back to the nickel. Tarian plays opposite of DJ Reed, and Harper's been playing well, man. I don't think Harper's getting enough credit, man. Harper, that was a great claim by Brad Holmes. He claimed him for
got that interception.
It's working right now. It's working right now, but Kirby is definitely is a hit.
Oh yeah, we would love to have Kirby back.
I actually think he's a bigger loss than Laporta right now on that defense because he's the captain of that defense. And you know what? Every great defense has a great safety on it.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
And he takes the ball away. That's what his MO is.
Right.
So for sure. But Harper's played well in the role. He hasn't really had a lot of misses.
Harper actually gets interceptions. Did you see the one he got last week?
Yeah,
that
was huge. Days ago? It was huge. Absolutely.
Yeah. Harper does.
And then Brian Branch is Brian Branch, man. I mean, you got to live with Brian Branch's antics, but he still makes plays on the field, man. He's been all over the field. He covers well. He's a missile. The thing with Brian Branch is every hard hit Brian Branch gives is going to be a 15-yard penalty. I'm just accepting it.
Absolutely.
Because even that
wallet.
Yeah, because even that last hit, he led with his shoulder. I saw that as clear as day, but he did hit the helmet. So, whatever. Fucking football league. It's become pussy sport. Sorry.
No,
anyways.
Seriously. And I think that kind of.
Yeah, it's bullshit. He looking led with his shoulder, man. That was not a personal foul, but
it doesn't make a difference. He's made his reputation is
exactly. That's what it is. It's a rep.
You know what they need to do in this situation? I really think what they need to do is put Branch back at nickel.
What about
I really
Meek?
do.
What does Meek
can play he can make he can be interchanged with Arnold or DJ. DJ Reed still got to get ground beneath him because I saw that game he played was okay, but he got beat a couple times real bad, and it wasn't because his hand is not in his head's not in there.
Yeah, he's rusty. He's the first time he's been back in almost 6 weeks.
So I mean that's fine. You can make Meek and Brian Branch interchangeable. Either way, I want to see Branch. To me, his safety play is okay, but it wasn't better than his nickel play. Sorry, there's this.
Well, he's more of a box. He's a box safety. He's not a free range safety. That's what Kirby's job is. But the thing is, when you take away Branch from the safety position, who do you put back there? Do you put Maddox and Harper?
Avonte Maddox. I'll put Avonte Maddox back there. I put Maddox back there for sure. Absolutely. I think he did a good job against Philly when he played.
And then if somebody gets hurt in the back, then you can put Yasin back there, or just
I probably would put Yasin back there with Harper. But oh man, the thing is,
Yasin is not a good. Come on, dude. Yasin is not the safety. Maddox is the safety.
I haven't seen Maddox really do anything so far. I mean,
he had a couple good plays against Philly.
I haven't seen Yasin play the safety spot well. I've seen him play corner well, but I haven't seen him play safety well.
But also too, we got to think about it that you mentioned earlier, Jordan Love does love to take shots. He's not an intermediate thrower. He's a take shots kind of guy. And
that would work for him if he actually can be accurate with everything he throws long. But see, that's the thing about him. He can't do that. It's like I've seen him have wide open guys before, and he just overthrows them. Like, dude,
I agree.
Dude is so wide open. I mean, I could hit the guy.
But he's gonna take shots. Is what I'm saying. So, do you trust two guys that never really played back there together against the Jordan Love deep ball when you've got Christian Watson who's back healthy again? Remember the last time they came to Detroit and Thanksgiving, Christian Watson had a huge game.
Avonte Maddox and Branch would be nice back there. Having Meek over at the slot would be nice too. I
like Branch at the nickel. I'm with B because Branch can cover the hell out of the ball. That is one
Who do
thing.
you have as that strong safety though?
That's what it's saying. It's hard to bring Branch up to the nickel because you really don't have a lot of.
You don't have anybody you trust back there
spot.
to exactly. And you're not running.
If we had more safety depth, then I would be a little bit more apt to put. But and I don't want to take Amika. I don't want to take Amika out of anything because
Meek's been balling out, bro.
Balling. Yeah. So I don't want to take him out. And then TA, he's been playing pretty well the last couple of games he's been out there. And, we just got to get DJ Reed on the same track, and we should be fine in the secondary. But they can't get beat. And Christian Watson can kill any team. Doesn't make a difference what corners you have out there. So you really got to focus on him.
Yeah, I don't want to see Thomas Harper on single high safety out there. That's barbecue chicken right there.
I'll let Big Head Dobbs, get a couple of 10-yard passes on me. I don't.
Big Head Dobbs is probably going to eat pretty good in this game because he's going to be the guy that Love's going to find.
I don't think so. I think his main target, Jordan Love's main target, is going to be Christian Watson.
Well, that too.
I don't think
also too
get much at all.
Also, too, B. I think LaFleur said today when they asked him about Jaden Reed, he said, "Well, you'll see Thursday at 12." I don't know what the hell that means. I don't think Jaden Reed's going to play.
Well, Jaden Reed's had limited practice the last 2 days too, so I mean, he's not DMP'd any of one of those 2 games. I wouldn't be surprised if he played. They're going to bring. I'm going to tell you something right now. Green Bay is going to bring it. They're going to bring it because they know this is a division game. They're trying to get the first place. They already know both of us are aware that both teams are aware that Chicago's playing Philadelphia. Probably won't fare well for Chicago. So we're both trying to fight for that number 1 spot because that's what's going to happen. If either one of us win, we get a number 1 spot.
This is going to be a playoff game, no doubt. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. No, this is going to be this to me right here.
What is that? What did Nate say that you had to say that, dude?
It's not what you see; it's what you can prove.
Right.
Okay, Robbie.
I understand that, but
off a training day.
Going back to what B said, this game is for the division. The period. Like if the Lions lose this game, bye division. Because if you look at Green Bay's schedule, we don't have the possibly, yeah. We don't have the tiebreaker, and they'll have a leg up on us. If we win this game, we're in the driver's seat for the division because, yes, we have to play the Cowboys. We can beat the Cowboys. The defense is still suspect at times, and Goff if he can get protection, he can tear up that defense. There's no doubt about that. Rams is going to be tough because that D-line is sick. However, if you give him protection, Goff can tear up that secondary too. They don't have any world beaters out there. Maybe Durant's playing really well, and that's about it. But I don't trust their secondary as much as their D-line. Their D-line is damn good, but their secondary is suspect at times.
Rams are probably going to be the best team the Lions play all season.
Sure, absolutely. And then they got the Bears, and they got the Vikings, and then they got the Steelers. Those are all winnable games. So this is the game. We have to get this game. If we don't get this game, it's definitely bye division, and it's possibly out of the playoffs if we don't burn the table. So,
absolutely,
yeah. These next 3 games that the Lions play are all really what they need to be. These are games they need to win. I mean, I'm kind of not sure. I'm kind of thinking that. Well, I don't know if they're going to beat the Rams are playing at LA, but. I don't know if they're going to kind of beat LA. I think they're going to go 5-1 over the next 6 games. I think Chicago's going to be 1-5 over the next 6 games because they're not going to beat Green Bay twice. They're going to lose they're going to lose to Philly, and then they got to go to San Francisco, where the defense is stout there. I don't see them winning any more games but 1, and that's against Cleveland. And then Green Bay is going to be half and half because they're going to beat. They have Chicago twice, but they got to play us, and then they got to go to Denver. They ain't winning that
Minnesota
game.
too.
Denver.
Well, they'll beat Minnesota, but they ain't beating Denver.
That's just what depending on what Denver is. If they already clinched their playoffs, how they clinched and everything.
Yeah, I think definitely like with the Lions, if you beat Green Bay, you can afford to lose to the Rams because I don't see them beating the Rams. That's going to be a long trip, and the defensive line is damn good. And Stafford, Stafford wants a game against us. He hasn't had it yet. He wants a game against us.
They won. They beat us one time with Stafford, but that's the point I'm trying to make.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they did.
That was the very first game we.
That was 2021. Yeah, that really did.
Yeah. It counts. But anyway, we beat him when it counts in the playoffs. So
right. So he wants this game against us. So
yeah, I mean, he's going to be up for it. He's going to be like you in our house now. There ain't nobody booing my ass. It's going to be booing Goff. So, but actually, nobody's going to be booing nobody because it's in LA. They don't have no fan base there. So, but he's going to be on a home turf.
So let's talk about how do we attack this Packers defense, because as much as we hate the Packers, their defense is pretty good. They're pretty legit. They're top 10 in a lot of categories. Micah Parsons has over 10 sacks. I think Rashawn Gary somewhere around 7 or something like that a game. Their linebackers, Cooper and Devontae Watt, are 2 speedsters on both sides. So, their cornerbacks, if Nixon's not playing, it's going to be barbecue chicken for our receivers. Definitely can have some good games. But how do you attack this Packers defense? We'll start with you, B.
Well, they're going to have to get the run. I mean, if they're going to do Lions football, they're going to have to start running that ball effectively. And that's what stopped them the first time they played the Packers. What they did, like I said, they got to find out some line combination that's going to work in that interior line. That's the whole key. Yeah, it's been the whole key for the whole season. I didn't say that. The Lions go how the interior line goes. If the interior line plays well, they're going to play well. If they don't, it's going to be a long-ass game. And right now, I just think that they need to get the stuff together. I really don't think Glasgow will play. So I think Cologne will have to come in there. I think Frazier will be in there, and I think Ratledge will be in there. So we'll see how that line combination goes. If that line combination works pretty well, it's going to be a awakening for Frazier, though, because he's going to have to go. He might have to be lined up. Miles might be lined up over him.
I'm just thinking that our possibly interior starting lineup for the game could be literally Tate, Cologne, Awashika, or Awashika, Tate, or no, Awashika, Cologne, or I'm sorry, Frazier, Cologne, and Tate. So either way, those combinations don't sound good. Okay.
Man,
run the ball.
Like I said, we don't know about the one combination we don't know is the Frazier, Cologne, and Ratledge, combination. It's really how does the center is the one that's supposed to communicate everything to the rest of the offensive line. That's going to be the key. If those three can communicate really well, and that's what they're missing, because if you see sometimes one of them damn interior offensive line is whiffing on a damn whiffing on a block, or they're out of position and somebody comes in unabated to the quarterback. It's like, dude, what the hell y'all doing? Are you not communicating? You're standing right next to each other. How the hell you ain't communicating?
Or at least give some resistance. Shit, like don't let them just go by.
A big thing that the Lions are going to have to do. They're going to have to attack their interior defensive line as well. Because look at the 3 to 4 Packers. Well, I'd say 3 losses that they have and that tie they have. What did those opposite teams do very well? They ran the ball. Yep. I mean, the fucking Panthers ran for 160 yards on them. Look at what the Browns
did. It might have to be one of those games where we have to put up over 150 yards.
What Dallas did.
What they really need to do. What they need to do is look at what the Panthers did. Now, Panthers are a perfect example. They didn't let Micah Parsons had no stat line in that game, really, and he ran the ball effectively. So they got to understand. They got to see some of that game tape and say, "Look, this is what we need to do." Now, everything's based on personnel, because our personnel is not their personnel. Their personnel is not our personnel. So it's different. Right. But they got to find some kind of scheme so that Green Bay is not tagging off on our damn quarterback because we can't run the ball. We got to run the ball.
Yeah, run the ball. 100%. Let Jahmyr Gibbs go off again. You want to know what? This is why we have Jahmyr Gibbs. Let Jahmyr Gibbs go off. Let him break up. At least open up a hole, a crease big enough to where he can break away speed. Because if he can get past that defensive tackle, God only knows what he can do. He can break off 74 yards. He can.
I'll go better. Yeah, and I'll go better one for you. Get him in space. Like Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell has to get Jahmyr Gibbs and JMO in space, because those guys, when they get in space, they are almost unstoppable to cover because of their speed and their burst and their cuts and all that. Like, I actually think that if Dan Campbell wants to be creative with his play calling, I would actually think about lining up Gibbs in the slots or putting him out as a receiver, especially without Khalifa not being there, and have Monty in the backfield as your protector for Goff, and put Gibbs out in the flat or put Gibbs out as a slot receiver, because nobody's going to be able to cover Jahmyr Gibbs in space. It's almost impossible.
Absolutely. I have a question to ask to both of you guys, though. Outside of Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jahmyr Gibbs, what other offensive player, give me a name of an offensive player that you want to see step up this week?
JMO.
Tesla.
I'm with you, Nate. I'm going to say Tesla, because if not now,
JMO has to play well. That's a given.
Yeah.
He has to be a factor in this offense without Leaf.
Yes, absolutely. He can. I expect JMO to do something, but somebody I really want them to make a name and make a statement, a name for themselves, is Isaac Tesla, because if not now, then when?
Not Jesus.
Yeah, him too, Robbie. I think he can get at least 10 targets this game too.
I mean, I think it's time. This is what, week 12, right? This is week 12 going into, right?
13.
Okay, 13. Thank you.
Oh, it's week 13. Yeah.
Week 13. Okay, so we got about maybe 6 more games left in the season, right? Something like that.
6 more. Okay. Yeah, this would be our 6th game.
This is the time, or like Dan said it best, all the rookies are no longer rookies now. They've had a full college season. This is the time where the training wheels come off, and now we really see what you got. I think Isaac Tesla has to be involved in this offense going forward, because the injury to Leaf is huge, because you saw the last game, Leaf made some damn good plays as a receiver. Really saved some drives for us in some aspects. Like, Tesla's got to step in that role a little bit. I'm not saying he has to be all balling out, but he's got to make himself available, and he's got to be able to make some plays for us, because they're going to key in on Gibbs. I'm telling you right now, the Packers, Jeff Hafley is not sleeping this week, because he knows that Jahmyr Gibbs is a problem. Nobody in this NFL can stop him consistently, because you can utilize him in so many ways. So they are going to try their hardest to put all the pressure on stopping Jahmyr Gibbs. And if that's the case, Amon-Ra's got to step up. JMO's got to step up. Tesla's got to step up. Hopefully Brock Wright plays. If Brock Wright don't play, I'm really worried. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, because Brock Wright's one of your best blockers. You need him in the run game. Like, it's just,
Isn't Zeistra still part of Isn't Zeistra still roster?
No, I don't know where he is, but they did, though. You know what? They brought that Fisker guy back, Anthony Fisker, because he was activated, I think, for the active roster.
I think Zeistra's right. Zeistra's on a.
You saw Zelstra. Shane Zelstra.
That's because he's on an injured reserve. That's why.
Yeah, he's on IR. So they have. I think they brought up Fisker they brought him last year, and they brought him back up again. And then Dwelly, I think they have Ross Dwelly too. So again, you're not expecting those dudes to really do anything. So
we got Zach Horton. Forgot about him.
Be honest, it sounds like a bunch of Jims and Joes right now.
Plumbers and electricians, as James.
Well, we got to see what happens with Brock Wright. If Brock Wright don't practice the next game, it's pretty much sure he's not going to play, and that's not good.
Well, I mean, it's not, but don't make it like it's doom and gloom. What I want to see, you're talking a good game about, what's his face, but it's not. You got to use them. You got to use them. Yeah, you got to use Tesla. You can't just sit there and just be like, oh, well, he got to do this. He's got to step up. Well, he's got to be in a position to step up. If you're not going to him, that's play calling. That's play calling. Then that's the problem.
Step up.
So it ain't got nothing to do with him stepping up. If he's out there on a play and the calls are not coming to him, they're too busy trying to get them to everybody else. They gotta start giving him the ball.
He got a couple targets last game for sure. And
what was this?
That ain't shit though. A couple targets.
He's only in for 22 snaps. I think that was what I saw in the snap count. He'd only had.
That's what I'm saying. You do not have. You may not have either one of your tight ends.
You remember that magic the first 2 weeks where he was catching the one-handed passes and one-hand touchdown? You got to do something, man. Now he don't need 40 targets a game because that's going to obviously take away from other players. But when your number is called, you have to step up.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think you should?
That's not the problem. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that they have to call his number. That's the problem.
They got to create plays for
him. They got
plays. Right. But we can't.
That's a play calling issue.
We can't just scheme around and be like, hey, we're going to draw up 15 plays to make sure we get it specifically to Tesla because that would deviate from what they really want to do. What they should do, what I'm saying is that if his number is called and when his number is called, you have to make magic. You have to. Just that simple. That's all I'm saying.
Just catch the damn ball. That's all I care about.
Absolutely.
First of all, second of all, it doesn't make it. Scheming has nothing to do. It still don't have nothing to do with it. It's still not what I'm saying.
Do y'all think
he's got to have enough plays in there so that he is available? They got to make a conscious effort to get him the ball. That's the point.
Do y'all think that Tesla should be used more in the red zone because of his height?
Yeah, you use him wherever you can. Use him to his strength. I mean, he's a big guy, so he can catch over the middle. I mean, usually they send bigger guys over the middle, so they can take a hit from the linebacker or safety.
Yeah,
I mean, use him to his strengths. Only they know what his strengths are right now in the NFL. I'm not sure what his strengths are.
So, but I think with Tesla, and I don't know, I've heard multiple insiders put reports out about this, that they were saying that maybe he's not up to snuff with the playbook, which I find that hard to believe because here we are, week 13. You should already know the playbook up and down.
Absolutely, I agree. But,
maybe it's a pecking order thing. Maybe because Leaf was ahead of him, which he should have. Because, Dan loves Leaf. Like B would say, he loves to give Leaf the ball. Now that Leaf's out of the game, maybe Tesla gets that share that Leaf got. I don't know what Leaf's snap share was. Somebody's got to take that.
The point of what I'm trying to make is you you might be without two tight ends. All right. You're without Leaf. So you gotta be out there saying, well, we're going to get Amon and JMO their balls, but we got to find some way to get Tesla involved in the game because, sometimes when you're a receiver and you're in most of the game, if you're like in 70% of the snaps and you don't get thrown the ball or get thrown the ball once, twice every, 35 snaps, you're going to get complacent because the ball ain't coming to you. So what the hell? Your job right now is just to block. So I mean, I want to see him to he did get targets, but that's what I'm saying. He's got to have more than a couple targets.
I'm not sure how many targets he got. I'm sure you guys can look that up a little bit faster than I can right now. But he did get some targets. It was some that he just did not come down.
Who are you talking about, JMO?
No, Tesla, right?
I think
he didn't get but a couple of targets.
Yeah, he was only in there for 22 snaps, man.
Yeah, he got a couple targets. Look up his target right now. How many targets did he get in this New York Giants game?
Hold that.
I'm sure you guys can do
that.
Out of 20,
Robbie brought up a great point that I heard on talk radio, and I want to bring that up too. You can't just slide a receiver into the tight end position. The tight end has to know all the positions. And if Tesla barely knows the playbook, you can't have him all those responsibilities. And he's not a blocking tight end either. I mean, he's not a blocking receiver as much. Yeah, you can't. In Madden, you can do that. You can slot him anywhere you want. But in a real football game, you can't do that, Robbie. So
I agree. I agree with that. What I'm saying is
Tesla got one target.
There you go.
Got one target, and
Yeah, one
I
target.
And that was on a rushed ball too, and he missed that one.
Exactly.
Because it
and
was
why
on a
is
rushed pass.
and I mean, does Jared Goff not trust him?
Jared Goff didn't have time, bro. That's the problem. He
Not
doesn't
trust
have
him?
the time to really go through progressions.
I mean, that is true as well. But in practice, I'm pretty sure we all have said this and we know. In practice, if you make plays and you start to become more reliable, they will get you in there some way, somehow. You have to show
It could be a
your
pecking order,
reliability.
man. It could be a pecking order. He's got to.
And
build
who said
rapport
that's
with
not
these guys.
happening? But they're just not doing it on game day.
Yeah.
See, and it's all about the play calling, dude. If they want to get Tesla involved, they're going to have to do more play calling toward him. And if they're not doing that, there's no reason why he should be in the game at all.
And
I agree with that. I agree with that.
That's a weakness, and that's a weakness of Dan Campbell because Dan is not a true play caller. True play callers know how to scheme up plays for certain players. Dan is learning how to do that. Do you really want a guy that's learning how to do that be the one making the calls? Or do you rather give it to somebody who's actually been a play caller and give him that role and let him focus more of that attention? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
Now,
do you
he's
guys
only 214 pounds, Robbie. He's not a big guy.
Yeah, I don't want
was
him.
going to say, is
He's
he
tall, but he's not big.
Yeah.
do you think he's a good blocker? Do you think he's able to block linebackers?
No, hell no.
No?
No.
Okay.
No,
All right.
he's
Because
a-
I was
Well, I haven't seen him.
He's
I
a
haven't
string
seen him
bean
in
kinda
that.
guy. Yeah.
I haven't seen him in that role to block yet.
And honestly,
plays
we
that
don't
have
want
been
any more
running to
injuries
his
on our
side.
receivers. So no, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? We've already got a banged up receiving core.
I get that because
Well,
who's to say that
it don't matter. It don't matter to this team because everybody's got a block. Don't give a damn if you're a receiver.
That is true, but you're not against a linebacker because like that's you're talking about him going out there and
if you got to block a linebacker to spring a guy, you're going to block that.
Well,
dude. That's as you can.
I've
seen Goff try to block people that he shouldn't be blocking. But
is he talking about a blitz? Is he talking about a blitzing linebacker coming towards Goff? Because that's not his role. He's going to go out to catch the ball.
No, he won't be in like the back.
No, I'm talking about downfield blocking. Come on, Nick.
Oh,
I'm
that's
talking about
different. Yeah.
downfield blocking.
Robbie's talking about something else. I don't know what he's talking about. Anyways, all right, let's shift to the defense.
No, he's just talking about that Tesla. He don't have the size. He has the height, but he don't have the size. He's not.
He's a willing
not
blocker
guy.
like our receivers.
He's
are,
only
yeah.
214 pounds, and I'm gonna tell
He's
you
a
what.
thin guy.
In today's NFL, that's not a tight
Yeah,
end.
he's a thin. He's a thin
That's-
guy. Right,
You
exactly.
see, you know the guy that you got, Robbie, on your team,
Darnell
that big ass dude.
Darnell
Oh my God,
Washington.
that dude's a
That's a-
lineman.
that's a
That's a
tackle.
lineman. That's a lineman.
Tackle.
That is
That
Panay
dude,
Sewell right there.
he's a damn yes, exactly.
All right.
He's Panay Sewell if you made him a tight end.
Let's shift focus to how do the Lions attack the Packers defense?
That's
Sorry,
downfield, Tesla.
Run the ball. Run the freaking
Oh,
ball.
no. I'm sorry. Scratch that. I'm sorry. I apologize. How does the defense attack Jordan Love? I'm sorry.
They have to do a lot better job getting to the quarterback than they did against the Giants.
Yeah.
Okay.
And really, Green Bay has about the same offensive line right now because they're Elgin Jenkins is out for the rest of the season,
Yeah.
so they don't have to worry about that center problem. They can run up the middle if they want to. They got to get to the quarterback and keep him in the grass, not let him go and make a play because Jordan Love he has escapability and he can make those plays on the run.
Yeah.
So you got to get to him.
Okay. What else?
Get to the quarterback. That's going to be a big thing. Get to the
That's
quarterback.
it right there. Getting to
How
the
about stopping the run?
They always stop the run. I'm not worried about that. They always stop the run.
Josh Jacobs, how much are they going to really give Josh Jacobs?
I don't think Josh Jacobs is going to play. I think it's going to be Wilson. I'm just saying.
And even if it's Wilson, he's not as good. He don't average as many yards as Josh Jacobs does.
He had a good game the last one.
I don't think they're going to give him that many carries
Against
because
Minnesota. Come on.
Their defense killed us.
Line, actually scratch that. Their whole defense
killed us.
stopped the run. I think we've seen that. They did it against Philadelphia. I mean, I think they did a really good job against the Giants. Not really saying much, but the defense can really stop the run.
Yeah,
Get to the
no doubt.
quarterback.
I agree.
Your biggest challenge is getting to the quarterback. Making sure Jordan
Okay,
Love
so-
doesn't get out of the pocket, he doesn't extend plays with his feet, and he doesn't have time to get to his number one target.
Okay, so I'm hearing get to the quarterback. So I'm going to ask you in more of a descriptive way. Do you rush forward? Do you blitz? Do you bring corners on the blitz? How are you attacking Jordan Love?
If Davenport is playing and you trust Davenport coming in after missing 7-8 games, if you're playing him, that means you trust him. He ain't got no time to come in. He just was taking off and boom, we throwing him in a game.
I don't think he's going to start, but
rush 4.
Go ahead.
Rush 4, because you cannot send Campbell or you can't send Anzalone or Barnes, and then you're leaving someone wide open because he can hit a target. Jordan Love can hit a target. I mean, you pick your poison. Do you want him to hit Golden, Dobbs, or Christian Watson? So I mean, you're going to have to win those one-on-ones up front. That's what this Lions team does. That's the reason why they didn't get another edge rusher in the draft or a trade, because they trust these guys, right? So you have to win those one-on-one situations.
Sure. I mean, 97's got to step up big for this.
97 got to step it up. Aiden Hutchinson, you just got handsomely paid. You need to go out there and prove why you're worth that money.
And he's going to be going against Zach. He's going to be going against Zach Tom at times. Zach Tom's a pretty good tackle.
Yeah,
it's kind of like Jordan Love's blind side.
You got to earn your keep, bro. Like we all love 97 here. We think he's one of the best, right? It's time for him to put up. Seriously, this is that game.
So obviously, without Tucker Kraft, that's a big loss for them. Just like we lost Laporta, they lost Tucker Kraft. Those are huge parts of their offense. So the linebackers can probably rush more than worry about coverage as much, because they're not. I mean, Luke Musgraves is their tight end. He hasn't really done anything so far since Kraft went out. I mean, so we're not too concerned with that. I mean, they'll probably just kind of keep an eye on him.
Put your brakes on that one, because we do need to concentrate on him, because he'll be the guy that kills us. The one that you said don't concentrate on. He's still a very good tight end. He's not.
But he's not the receiving tight end of Tucker Kraft, is what I'm saying.
But he is a pliable tight end, and we do still have problems with tight ends every now and then. So
Theo Johnson.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Made some big plays. Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I'm seeing what he did the last game. Let's see what his numbers were. Hell, he didn't even catch a ball. Well, no, he did. He didn't even catch. He caught 2 balls for 7 yards. So, yeah,
that's crazy.
I mean, he's not Tucker Kraft.
But Minnesota's got good linebackers to cover tight ends. That's what's good about Minnesota and their defense. Them linebackers are the shit. Our linebackers are good, granted, but they're not. A lot of them can't cover tight ends very well. And the only one we got that really can cover a tight end well is
Jack.
Say it. There you go.
Jack Campbell. Yeah, which by the way, he's playing at an all-time level. Go ahead.
One thing that's going to be big as well: no penalties, no stupid penalties, no drive killers.
Oh yeah, you can't afford it. You can't afford it.
Not afford it. Especially this game. We've had a lot of pre-snap penalties, and they need to really, really be focused and disciplined this week, because it's going to matter. I feel like every snap matter.
There is no reason to have pre-snap penalties when you're the home team. There's no reason.
Yeah.
No excuse.
Yeah, I agree.
You can have it on the road because it's loud and the snap counts and all that, but not when you're at home. There's no freaking reason to do that crap.
The whole Brian Branch. I mean, I really am starting to see a pattern here, especially when they played the Green Bay Packers the last 2 games. Brian Branch has been ejected, and he has a couple personal fouls where they're calling helmet to helmet and stuff like that. Yeah. Brian Branch, stay level-headed. Do not put himself in any position to get these calls against him.
It's like B said, it's a reputation call.
It's a reputation thing. I absolutely
every time he hits a player hard,
but he does initiate some contact. I mean, he's
a hard hitter. He likes to hit.
He's going to have to bite the bullet.
I'm talking about, but he's done hit people in the helmet. The helmet has helmet-to-helmet hits.
Sure.
I mean, he's got to stop being as reckless. I mean, I want him to keep this. That's the problem with when you have a safety that's like that.
Exactly.
That hits hard. But he's reckless sometimes, and that recklessness gets him in trouble. That's something that he needs to harness. He needs to find a way to contain that recklessness and just go ahead and make a play. He was doing that in his first year. when he was a nickel. This is why I said nickel would probably be a better spot for him because when in his first year he was a dog. He didn't get none of them penalties.
Did y'all think that was a personal foul?
I don't think so necessarily, but I'm not mad at that they called it because it was close. I don't think that it was a helmet to helmet, but I mean,
you think B?
The league is going to call that every time against him.
I mean, he led with his shoulder. Yes, the helmet did hit his helmet, but he led with his shoulder first.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think he's going to have to bite the bullet in some positions.
75% of the calls that the referees make it wrong any damn way. So
that's very true.
It's just stupid. Just don't get in that position where you got to make a referee make a call. Just like what Dan says all the time. Don't put yourself in that position so a referee can make the call.
That's it. Yes. Do not put yourself in that position. If they trash talking, so be it.
Yeah.
You know,
just kick their ass after the game was over.
Unnecessary.
Like Juju. Get your penalties after the game.
Did y'all see what happened in the Niners game? That guy went after him and literally punched him after the game was over because he kicked him in the nuts in the game.
Yeah.
So, there's got to be a point to where you got to think about maybe these players shouldn't be all close together after the game's over. Go your separate ways and you guys can talk and handshake over the phone or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think that was the same kind of
more
thing
dust
that
ups now.
happened when Chase spit on Ramsey and Ramsey hit him in the head. Well, you don't go after no guy's nuts either. Okay.
Hell no.
That's almost as dirty as spitting, but it's not the same disrespectful thing, but you going after a guy's nuts, man, come on.
Gotta protect the Franken beans.
There's certain man codes that you have in football. Right, not the big nuggets.
Hey, that's how you have kids, man. You can't have kids without nuts and Franken beans. All right.
Not the big nuggets.
All right. So to wrap up the segment, let's go ahead and give me your game predictions and give me a bold take. Start with you, B.
I'm not giving a score. I'm just going to say the Lions are going to win by 3. And bold prediction, I think that the offensive line can actually block in this game. And Jahmyr Gibbs gets like 110 yards and a couple of touchdowns. I'll give him 2.
Only 110? Damn, B, you're cutting him short there.
Rushing.
I know. Hey, he had 219 rushing.
Well, he ain't going to get 219 on this defense. That was the Giants' defense. They were like what are they? Almost last in the league in rushing. Well, like 25th or 24th in the league against the rush.
Sexy Dexy up there, but yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
All right, Jay, give me your score.
I'm going to say the score is going to be 21-17 for Lions. I think it's going to be a fairly close game. I think this is going to be a defensive battle. And I think this is going to be like a chess move. First one to flinch might be the one to lose the game. And my bold prediction, I'm going to say the guy I said I wanted to see step up on defense, number 97. I'm going to say he goes at least have 2.5 sacks. I think he has a monster game, and this is going to put the team over the top.
Let's go, man. And out-sack Parsons. That would be great.
Outside Parsons.
Those two are going against each other.
Absolutely.
All right. I'm going to say 31-24 Lions. And my bold prediction will be that, and I kind of alluded to this when we started the preview, I think this is going to be the most complete game the Lions play all year. I think that defensively they're going to be on point. Offensively, we're going to move the ball. And special teams is going to do their thing. I think this is going to be the best game we play all year. Probably better than the Bucs, in my opinion. But it's still going to be close because Jordan Love can still put up points. And that is a good team. Not having Jacobs really hurts if he doesn't play because Josh Jacobs is a bowling ball. Remember when we played him last year?
Every time we play him.
Since
he's got there, he does well. Yeah.
Yeah. So if he's not playing, that's huge.
We beat him twice last year. He was playing really well.
Exactly. So I think this will be the most complete game the Lions play. So, we will see what happens. We'll come back and talk about that the next week. And now we have Liz here, and her Texans, man, they went on the they held home serve in Houston. Made Josh Allen look like a toy that looked like he was just discombobulated all game. And yeah, she's gonna talk more about it.
El Toro.
What up, though?
What up, y'all?
What up, y'all? Howdy.
Howdy, y'all.
I mean, yeah, that's a Texans whooping right there. If y'all did y'all catch the game?
I sure did.
Did we cook them or did we cook them? Like, what did y'all think?
I see Will Anderson almost knocked Josh Allen off for the whole year. I was like, oh,
come
snap.
on.
That was crazy.
I told you Houston was going to beat Buffalo.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was impressive.
I mean,
it was impressive.
It was a really good game. I mean, the Texans put a stomping on Allen. That was 8 sacks.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo slid into 7-1-3, got smoked. I mean, you could put it on a plate with mac and cheese and call it home cooked meal. I loved it. I loved it.
I love it.
It was good. Yeah, so 8 sacks. Josh Allen looked like it looked crazy. That boy got tossed like he was owing people money. What did y'all think about the best D-line performance? Is that what do y'all think? What do y'all think about I mean, Will Anderson, man, Anderson, baby, like, whew, he played like someone told him Buffalo disrespected his mama's potato salad. That's how crazy he was playing.
Yeah. I mean, Daniel Hunter and Will Anderson are 2 of the best defensive ends out there.
Dynamic.
And you know what? It's just not Settle was playing out his damn mind too.
Sure was.
That dude was. I've never seen him play like that before. That dude was.
Yeah, he was. What the crazy thing was how Josh Allen's a jackal.
He is a jackal.
Hi, Robbie. That the end of it, the last when Allen threw it to, and it was supposed to, I forgot what number it was supposed to go to, but Bullock caught it and did the interception. I was like literally thinking, I was like, Bullock, what did you eat before kickoff, baby? Because he was just everywhere on Allen.
Yeah.
And it was just Go ahead, Nate.
No, go ahead, Fish.
All I was gonna say that last play, that was game over for me. I was like, wow, that's crazy. Which I'm really thankful that they did that. Mm-hmm. But like, to me, I feel like the Houston, like that defense, they're playing like a Pro Bowl level.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And here's the reason why pressure is important, because if Josh Allen didn't have that pressure, he had a wide open guy. Mm-hmm. He had a wide open guy to walk in the touchdown and it probably would have been game over. But that pressure was so in his face that he had to rush that throw. In essence, Bullock picked it off. So
you could see that he was so pissed. He was so pissed that whole game. Like, he even screamed, and I was just like, ooh, he's mad. But I have to give a shout out to Mills, because with CJ out for week 12 and probably going to be out for week 13 again, that long neck dude came on the field like, don't worry, I got this. I can drive that car too.
He's doing enough to keep him afloat for sure.
Yeah, he is. I mean, 153 yards, 2 touchdowns in the first half. We're above 500 now. So, I mean, I feel like people need to start putting respect on Mills as well, and also Houston, because we still get slinged around in the media that we're this and we're that. But I feel like Houston has come a long way from 0-3.
Yeah.
What do y'all think?
The whole family really, Rob?
Yeah. Your defense is Super Bowl caliber, no doubt about that. Offensively, I mean, y'all still can't run the football. And that's the problem.
I mean, we did a little bit. It is a problem.
That's against a weak rush defense. Like, I was really hoping that y'all were going to run.
And they showed that they could do it. That's all that they stepped up when they needed to.
But what I'm saying is when they face better defenses, they're going to have to be able to run the football.
Oh, absolutely.
That is true. That is
Like
true.
the Colts, you're gonna have to run the football.
It seemed like you guys were catching fire at the right time. It seemed like you guys were catching fire at the right time. This is exactly where you want to be. I mean, they kind of crawled their way back up into contention for the AFC South. No, this is a very pivotal moment, and you guys are really starting to get really good, scary good. So,
yeah.
The Colts aren't that good defensively anyway. They're 22nd overall. They're not a very good defense,
right? But my point is they should have ran more effectively against a Bills defense that's horrible against the run. I think they're one of the worst, and you still have that struggle running the football.
Well, I mean, they don't have the running backs that they were supposed to have at the beginning of the season. I'm gonna tell you something though. If that offense starts clicking a little bit better, and CJ Stroud comes back, and those receivers get better, oh man, they can be a force in the playoffs.
Yeah, they can.
Just saying, I would hate to have to face the Texans right now. Between now and the end of the season, I would hate to have to face Houston because you guys are catching fire at the right time. And Dan Campbell said that a lot too. When people have already hit their peak and we're going to hit our peak a little later in the season, that's exactly what Houston is doing right now. This is a scary team.
And also too, when you have a lights out defense like that, defense travels. So I mean, it doesn't matter where you go, who you play. If that defense is putting as much pressure as they did on Josh Allen, who's a mobile quarterback, by the way, the guy had no time at all to do anything. That's pretty impressive because when you stop a mobile quarterback of that caliber, just like we did against Lamar Jackson, that's impressive on a defense because that is very hard to do.
It is. And what kind of scared me during that game was when Buffalo tried to do that 44-yard lateral nonsense.
Oh yeah, that was a great play.
And I was like, "Ooh, it could." I mean, when they do lateral, any team when they do lateral, it can go any way.
They took it from us.
Yeah, but
the hook and lateral team.
They took it from y'all. They stole it from the Lions.
We've done all the hook and laterals.
Yeah, but the thing is, when Buffalo, it was a good play. It was a smart move, but Ryan said, "Oh, that was adorable." Anyways, to wrap up this game, the defense was locked in, unbothered. We don't fold in H-Town. I've said it before, time and time again. We don't fold. So, but I have to give props, and I don't want to give props to this guy, but I do, Mr. Kirk. Yeah, he's from A&M.
He's a good player, man.
He's a great player.
He's from A&M. Right,
okay. Fuck him, Aggies.
Kirk, I'll tell you right now, Kirk, if he didn't have that injury that he had with Jacksonville, that guy was on a high level receiver. The guy was really playing well.
He did really good. He was amazing. And then Higgins did the touchdown within 8 seconds left. And then KM, is it KM? I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's very reliable. He's very reliable, and all the special teams, they were not giving up a 97-yard touchdown this past week. So, which I'm interested in which playmaker surprised y'all the most watching that game.
Kirk.
I can tell you the one.
You know what? My bad.
No, I could tell you who was the most underrated receiver in that patch. Hutchinson. That dude comes up big in that dude comes up big in a lot of circumstances that they need him to come up big in. That dude is getting the ball. He's very underrated on that team.
Who'd you say? Who'd you say?
Hutchinson.
Oh, okay.
Agreed.
Xavier Hutchinson.
I was going to say.
Yeah. Yeah, those Iowa boys. Yeah, those Iowa State boys.
Every time, and that's what I want Tesla to do right there. When you are underrated, man, no matter what happens, man, get that ball. That dude make fucking plays. I was like, who is this dude? Seriously.
He was doing that last year too.
There's a okay, so the Colts, let's see. Well, Texas D-line versus Colts' O-line. If Houston disrupts them early, it curtains for their QB. We could stop the run at the goal line, Indy forced to throw in tight windows. That's a big advantage for Houston. Houston offense versus Colts front seven. Run it, pass it, mix it. If the trenches move bodies, we move scoreboard. The Texans secondary versus Colts quarterback. Man. I mean,
you know something? Daniel Jones, when he gets pressured, especially by a team like Houston, he looks like Jamarcus Russell back there. I mean,
he's better than Jamarcus Russell.
That's what I'm looking for this Sunday.
Wow. Marcus Russell.
Yeah, the guy
Daniel
barely even
Jones
played.
He's a man. He is technically what you would call a game manager. So if you put the brakes on that running game, which that's what you need to do, you do that, and you can because that's what Kansas City did. They just adjusted their defense and they stopped Taylor, and Taylor
they did
58 yards, and they just came after Daniel Jones. After that.
I mean, that's all we got to do is really stop him, because I mean, I'm not saying that Indy is not a team. Like they're ready to play. They want the AFC South just like we want the AFC South, just like we have won the AFC South. But I mean, I get what we're up against, but I mean, to me is like I think we can win. Like I have no problem thinking that the Texans can get 27 points and the Colts 20. I feel
you don't think they can win.
I know we can win. Yeah, that's true. I know we can win.
She always picks them to win.
Say it with me. The Texans will win by double digits.
The Texans will win by double digits.
Hey, there you go. That's the spirit.
What?
I don't know about
you. Say one more.
What matchups do y'all think are the scariest?
I'll tell you right now.
What do you think?
Sauce is gonna lock up.
Nico. That's gonna be a good.
Nico's gonna get locked up by Sauce.
That's gonna be a good.
So Mills better find some other dudes to throw the ball to. I'll tell you that right now.
I mean, he has other dudes. There's this guy that I really like, Damon Arnett, but he's not really on the roster, but he is on the practice squad. And from what I understand in Houston is like he is really practicing really hard, and he's a cornerback for the Texans. But I was like, man, I really wish they can put him in just to see what he can do, because the way practice has been for Houston, like he's been part of that. He's in the media. They're talking about him, and he's from Iowa. I know that, but I mean, why not more? So
it all depends. He's a corner, right?
Yeah, he's a corner.
Yeah, you gotta understand. You can't just when your defense is playing really high. You want to add a player into that mix that's gonna mess up.
That is true, because you don't want to confuse it or mess up the chemistry. Yeah.
On your Sauce versus Nico Collins thing, that might be a point. That's why I'm saying Hutchinson is one of those guys you got to look at.
He is.
Yeah, Kirk is another guy you got to look at. You got to be able to run the ball too. Don't let Indianapolis sit there and tee off on your quarterback. You got to run that ball.
That secondary is legit for the Colts, man. They got a really good secondary.
Yeah, they're all right.
Yeah, I really. Yeah, but I mean, he said that. But I mean,
Ward, Moore. Shoot, man.
What are you expecting out of Hutchinson this week?
To come through.
Yeah. How many receptions?
I want to say
the pass.
Yeah. I want to say maybe
Sauce will probably make that go up, but what I'm saying is they're not a very good pass defense all the way.
Yeah.
Maybe reception, 75 yards, maybe.
I was going to say about 75, maybe 2 interceptions. But I think my biggest bold prediction is for Will Anderson to break a franchise record. He breaks Mario Williams' record. Do you remember who Mario Williams?
I think that was Myles Garrett's record now.
Yeah.
Most sacks in a game Actually, that's not Miles Garrett. It's somebody else, I think.
No, it's
Did he
Mario
say it's in the game?
Williams.
Straight hand.
Are you talking about just? Oh, you're talking about just for your Texans.
Yeah, I'm just talking about gets sacked to extend his streak and breaks Mario Williams' record.
Oh,
okay,
a sack consistently in a game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll do that.
That's
He'll do that. I'm sure.
that's what I'm hoping for. Is like this dude is ready. He's ready to just keep it up. Keep like, oh, he's amazing. I love him. I love the whole Texans team. But like, I just feel like we can win and we can do this and we can continue because up next we have Colts and then we have the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a couple of tough,
Yep.
but then we got also the Jags coming up in December
Is that in
too.
Kansas
So
City? Is that in Kansas City or is it in Houston?
I think that is
it's in Kansas City. Hmm.
Okay. So two
That's
back.
gonna
But
be
then
a
we
rough
play the
game.
Jags
We're gonna
in
be
our
playing against
house.
the damn
Yeah.
referees in that game for sure.
Right there.
That's
Should
what
be
I'm
the
saying.
Jags.
Like this schedule is gonna be crazy when we play the Chiefs, and
Yeah.
I'm not ready for that. But it is what it is.
Colts
So
first.
Colts
One
first,
game
one game at
One game at
a time. Yes. So that's my bold intake. My prediction: Texans 27, Colts 20. H-Town, stand up. Let's go.
Hey,
Hey,
It's a
y'all deserve it, man. I mean, that was a hell of a game.
It
I
was
don't
a
think
hell of a game.
nobody
It was a hell of a
nobody
game.
saw Buffalo losing to the Texans.
No
especially
one
with
did.
Davis Mills, quarterback.
No
I
one did. Buffalo went home
No.
crying in NRG Stadium, so that
Yeah.
made me happy.
Yeah.
So we just got H-Town just needs to keep up the
And
energy.
they had just come off a loss too. That was crazy too. Because usually teams that
Mhm.
come off losses usually rebound.
They
pretty
win.
well. But
Not
man,
not
that
with
was
not against us.
I don't think Buffalo's going to be the team that everybody thinks they're going to. It's so funny at the beginning of the season they said Buffalo they were favored in every game that they played and that they were going to go to the Super Bowl. I don't see any of that right now with this team. You can't stop the run. If you can't stop the run, you will not winning a Super Bowl.
Not only that, but their O-line, man. Their O-line gave up 8 sacks. I'm sorry. If you give up 8 sacks in a game, you're not that good.
Hey, and you know how many we gave up?
None.
None.
That's good.
0.
That's
Nada.
improvement. Yeah.
It's very
It's
improvement.
horrible for the Bills, though. They're missing Ed Oliver, and that was like kind of the heart and soul of that defensive line right there.
The
And,
interior presence for sure. Yeah.
Even but you know what? Even with him in there, they can't stop the run. They can't stop the run to
Yeah,
save
that's their
their
biggest
life.
Well, what's
They
hilarious is they didn't run the football, and that's their worst Achilles heel. What really won the game is the pressure they put on Allen, because if you take Allen out of the equation, he's a superstar quarterback. Like
He is.
You take him out of the equation, and the fields are level. You know, so
You know what's worse? You know what's worse about, and this is another aspect of what people say about quarterbacks that have athletic ability and run. They're not the most headstrong people in that situation, because I've seen Lamar Jackson and Justin and Josh Allen do this a lot of times. They'll run because they're trying to make a play. Guess where they're running? They're running the opposite away from where they're trying to make the play, and that's what kills them.
Yeah.
I've seen Josh Allen done that a couple of times this season, where he's ran 13 yards behind the line of scrimmage and got sacked.
Yeah,
they're
just
third and
playmakers.
5, it's
Yeah,
a third and
they're just-
18 or
yeah.
something like that. You know, you
Right.
can't do that. That's the bad part of being a scrambling quarterback, because you're trying to always make a play and get away from people. And if you get against a defense that's like focused on knocking you down, that's what they're going to do. So,
all right.
I was happy to have Fairbear back for sure.
Yeah, Fairbear's back.
Fairbear.
Yeah.
Thanks. Well, thanks, Liz. for that.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you, Liz, as always.
You're part of the team.
Good luck to you guys too.
Yeah,
Thank you.
definitely.
Hey, look, and to
Thursday.
everybody out there, follow us on social media: TikTok, One Ass Cheek, Three Toes. Me, Liz, will be putting out content. Keep you guys.
You can contact us too.
Yeah.
All right. Follow
And
us.
also-
Engage with us. Thank you so much.
Yes, and also too, B, are we gonna do an all 32 this week?
Yeah,
or are we-
tomorrow.
Okay, so yes, tune
I
in for
told
the
you.
all 32. I've got so much going on, bro. Sorry. Tune into the All 32 tomorrow, 7 o'clock Eastern time.
This guy.
What?
Anyway. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. 7 o'clock Eastern time. And then next Tuesday, tune in to the show. One Ass Cheek and Three Toes. Want to thank you for listening to the show. Please like and subscribe, like Jay said, and please have a blessed Thanksgiving with your family, whoever you're with. Everybody here on the panel, y'all have a blessed Thanksgiving.
Yes, sir.
And as always, to the haters of the South, haters of the North, you hate us because you ain't us. You have yourself a good evening. Good night.
Peace.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Front of you, you cannot see what's in front of you. Yeah, promise that you get to run into if you knew what's about to come to you. It's about to get real dangerous. 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 Yeah, watch out, pop out, black out, pop out, beat 'em up, knock out. I had to see with it. I had to comfort their head and cover their necks at the same time. I had to take out the ref. I make my own.
Remember, Dre's Daiquiri Shop at Cotton Gin, 441 Railroad Street in Maxwell, Texas, 78656. Daiquiris, food, football, and fun. All a part of a game day victory. If you subscribe to One Ass Cheek, Three Toes on YouTube, you'll receive 5% off your total purchase or a free shot. Proof of subscription required.